Hello and welcome everybody. Welcome to the VIV Business Presentation. My name is Brian Dalmaso and it's my pleasure and honor to be presenting the VIV business model tonight. And before I get started there, I just want to really reflect on 2020 has been kind of a crazy year. If you think about all the things that have happened this year with the COVID virus and now the rioting in all the major cities and stuff, just really made me reflect as a business owner. I have multiple businesses, how important a model like this is. This business model here, being a home-based business and working, you guys are gonna see if you're new what we're doing, but being able to work from home effectively all over the country, pretty much no matter what's going on, has been an absolute blessing, and it's been a real eye-opener. And for me to just be grateful that I had the presence of mind to start this business a couple of years ago. So the name of the company and the name of the model that you're looking at here tonight is called VIV, and VIV is Latin for live, right? So VIV Life Better really means live life better. And that's the company's tagline. And what you're going to see here is our company has made a business of helping people, like actually helping people from a customer point of view. We only bring services to the table that, number one, help people first, and then we can also profit from. So it's a win-win scenario. And VIV is a technology platform. So we have quite a few things on the platform that help people. And very much like Airbnb and Uber, you'll see that VIV is revolutionizing an industry using technology, right? So the industries they're in is really energy, it's internet, it's mobile. I want you to think about this as we go through the presentation. Who do you know that has a cell phone? It's kind of a loaded question, but who do you know that has a cell phone? Who do you know that pays an electricity bill? Who do you know that has an internet bill, right? Or satellite, TV satellite, or dish, or home security? All of these services that people are already paying for, like, we don't have to convince somebody to use these services. So what you're going to see here tonight when we review the model is that what we're doing is not asking somebody to change a buying habit. It's a home-based business where you can reach out to people and literally take their existing services and offer to lower them. All right, so VIV is a technology platform, and what we are is a negotiation platform in all 50 states. And the fact of the matter is there's over $60 billion a year being overcharged on things like cell phone and internet and electricity, cable and dish, all these things that you, your family, your parents, your grandparents, all the people that we know and love are using these services. And there's over $60 billion a year being overcharged that we can negotiate and lower. That's a big number if you think about it. And think about it, the average cable bill, I mean, these things used to be like 29 bucks a month 10 years ago. And now they're like $229 or $329. People have cell phone bills I see routinely $300-400 with a couple of lines, right? So these things have gone up and up and up, and nobody's really been checking them up until now. So our company, what we're doing is we have a nationwide network of negotiators, actual people that negotiate, and you can upload your bills and we'll lower them. It's really that simple. Now, the key points here is we're not changing a habit. We're not changing a buying habit. We're not saying, hey, you have Verizon, why don't you try AT&T and I can save you some money? That's asking somebody to change, and they got to do research and education and a whole bunch of things. What we are saying is, hey, you're on Verizon, you probably like Verizon, why don't we take that bill and just lower it? And if we can lower it, we split the savings. If not, no harm, no foul. So I really want you to understand there is no competition in our space. There's no other network marketing company that's doing what we're doing. We have the first mover's advantage in the country. All right, so really think about that and think about the simplicity. It takes about 3 minutes to sign up. And what you're doing here is you're using your platform and you're taking pictures of somebody's bill or having them give pictures, or you can scan it with the computer, or you can download your bills on the internet. However you get the digital version of your bill, and then you drag and drop them just like you would drag and drop a Facebook picture. So we're using existing habits and new technology to leverage the entire country and have group buying power to lower people's bills. And it's really that simple. So when we go to work and lower somebody's bill, if we say somebody $50 a month, we're going to bill them $25. We split the savings. We're going to bill them on their credit card. But we're not changing a buying habit. They pay the same bill. We're not changing services. They stay with the same provider. And we're not lowering or decreasing their services. All right, so it's very much in harmony with what people are looking to do. There's no resistance points. It doesn't cost anybody anything to upload their bill. All right, so a lot of the things that are maybe resistance points in traditional business, we don't have that here. All right, guys, and here's an example. This is one of my realtor friends. a live case scenario. We uploaded her Xfinity bill, and you can see here it says, thank you very much. We negotiated, and it was over $1,800 in savings over 24 months, right? So it's about $80 a month. And down here it says, thank you for letting us go to work. Our fee for negotiating is 50% of the savings, right? So we saved her $80 a month. She's going to get 40, and we're going to bill her credit card 40. All right, guys, and this is true for commercial too. I'm going to show you guys some other examples. This is not just residential, it's also commercial. Here's a small business. They had, I think, 6 landlines. It was a 3-year contract. We saved over $8,000. Now think about this. Think about all the businesses right now that are working at a reduced capacity or shut down, right? We could be going in and negotiating these bills and lowering their operating costs going forward, so when they restart or when they scale back up, they're ahead of the game. So think about how powerful this is. These are some big numbers. Here's a version of a commercial clawback, and I'm going to get into this. We also can look up to 4 years backwards on commercial, on monies they've already spent for utilities. And you can see here, this was a $214,000 savings, right? So they got $107,000 and VIV got $107,000. And then out of that portion that VIV gets, we as distributors get paid. And I'm going to show you how that works as well. All right, so that's the bill negotiation services. That's the flagship that's on the platform. There's no fee for that. Customers are free, and it's just an amazing, powerful service that we have the first advantage in providing. Another thing on the platform, and what's part of a pro membership, is we have a travel portal, right? It's a wholesale travel portal, excuse me. And what we can do here, it's very much like Priceline or Expedia. It's your own portal. We can access the same inventory that they can, but we're getting basically wholesale rates. There's no advertising. We don't spend the $6 billion a year that Priceline and Expedia do. So we can just book the same rooms and the same hotels and the same cruises and the same cars, but we can do it at a cheaper rate. And you can book it right through your own portal. You can have your friends book through this portal. And this is part of a pro membership, which is $69 a month, or this is a standalone sellable service at $29 a month. All right, another thing that's part of a pro membership is Medicall, and this is the telemedicine service, or it's also video-based like we're doing here on Zoom. So a lot of corporate insurance plans, like if you work for General Electric or like a big company, they might have this service, but there's a whole host of people out there that are contractors and workers and realtors and even network marketers and solo entrepreneurs, and their health plans don't have access to telemedicine. Right, so we can step in. Again, this is a $29 a month service, or it's part of the pro membership at $69, and they have 24/7 access to a nationwide network of doctors. It's good for up to a family of 5 people. You can call up and fill prescriptions, right, with no copay. You don't have to take the next day off of work. You're saving time, saving money. If you have symptoms of what's going on now, you can get on the phone because they don't want you going to the hospitals or the doctors. So you can see here, this is another amazing benefit for people right now with what's going on. All right, guys, another thing on the platform is part of that pro membership, and this is a very, very powerful thing. We are partnered with a national tax strategy company. And what this means is this company is very well versed in 1099 income, solo entrepreneurs, small to medium enterprise businesses, sort of the working class or the small businesses. And what they can do is they can go backwards and look at your taxes from 2019, 18, 17, and they can look for any mistakes that have been made. Now, I have not seen anybody yet that they haven't found money for. And the average customer, they find $4,000 to $8,000. For me personally, they found $28,000, and I'm actually in the middle of the process as we speak right now. They found $15,000 from 2018 and $13,000 from 2017. So, and I've got some high ticket clients that saved in the 6 figures on this. So this is a very, very powerful service. If you are a pro member already, make sure you book your tax strategy session. So guys, this is part of the $69 a month thing. So we have an amazing value as a pro member and some of the stuff we're offering here in VIV. All right, so that's sort of the residential of the individual services. Now I want to talk about commercial because we also have a lot of things on the platform for the commercial space, and some of you might have commercial contacts. Number one, we have the bill negotiation. It's identical to residential bill negotiation. You can do it on your laptop. We can do telephone, internet, cable, TV, security systems, all the same things that we can do for individuals, we can do in corporations, and there's no size limit on the corporation. I mean, you could get 10,000 landlines from the General Electric company, we can do that. All right, and the commissions are based on what we save, and it's based on monthly residuals, so that would be a very big monthly recurring residual income. All right, so that's phase one. Phase two is we can do bill auditing, which is very similar, right? Bill negotiation is negotiating from here forward. Bill auditing is another set of services. We can look up to 4 years backwards, right, on things like electric and gas and water and sewer and telephone. The one I showed you was a sales tax audit. We were able to get almost $250,000 back on money they already spent. Again, think about how powerful that is right now. Some of these companies, while they're sitting idle, they could be going through an audit, and we can look up to 4 years backwards, and we don't charge for that. We only get paid if we save. Think of how powerful that is right now as we speak with everything that's going on. All right, guys, and phase three of commercial is energy efficiency products. Right, once we go in there and negotiate bills going forward and lower cost there, we can audit, we can pull back big chunks of money. The third thing we can do is we can add energy efficiency to all of their heating and cooling equipment and things like walk-in coolers and freezers. So this is a sellable product. It's a very high commission product for us, and they're guaranteed to lower energy costs 10 to 30%. What that means is if a company is spending $100,000 a month in heating and cooling, right, they're going to save $10,000 to $30,000 a month with these. Now, these things here, they have a cost, but we have lease programs. We have 12-month and 24-month lease programs, and they pay themselves off in the first 7 to 11 months. So I want you to think about this. These are warranted and guaranteed for life. So after the first, let's say, year, everything from then on, however long they own their company, is going to be pure gravy. And here's a deal of an actual deal. It was a 117 location convenience store, right? A lot of times 1 or 2 stores will turn into a whole bunch because the word spreads. And we were saving them over $500,000 a year documented, and it was a $60,000 commission for the VIV Life consultant. So think about that, right? We have everything from 18-year-old kids with cell phone and internet. You can build an entire VIV business just on cell phone and internet, or all the way up to large commercial and everywhere in between. All right, guys, we have something from everybody. And the value proposition as we're looking forward right now with everything going on, millions and millions of people are home and laid off. Well, we have a home-based business, right? And it's no offense to products, but it's not pills or potions or lotions. It's utility bills, it's telephone bills, it's internet. People are looking to save money, and we can reduce monthly bills for no cost, right? We can get an average of $4,000 to $8,000 back on taxes. We can lower their taxes going forward just by understanding some of these strategies. We have the home-based Medi-Call right now, again, very powerful. And we are a legitimate recession-proof business model. I want you to think about this. This is the main reason why I have this. I have half a dozen core companies that are my companies. This particular business model is the only business model that I work that's not my company. So why would I do that? Well, it's recession-proof. People don't stop paying electric bills, even in times of massive recession. They don't stop paying internet and cell phone because these companies will shut you off. So think about that. As you're building a book of business over the next 5, 10, 20 years, we have about a 94% retention ratio. It means you're going to get paid month after month after month after month because people don't stop paying these bills. And this really separates us from everyone else in the industry. All right, guys, so this is a business in a box. It's less than $200 to start this business. It's $69 a month, and you're getting everything you need, all the marketing, all the branding, all the affiliate links, all the little videos, everything you need to send on social media. If you wanted to do any kind of a social media campaign or a click funnel, everything you need. You have a front page website and a back office that has all the teaching, all the coaching. We are a hands-free company. We're a touchless system. We don't have hotel meetings. We don't have physical meetings that you got to go to. Everything we do, we design into a 5-hour-a-week business model. I'm going to teach you guys about that in a little bit. But this is a business in a box. It's you join, there's 4 steps, and you get up and running. All right, guys, let me talk about the ways we earn in the company, and then I'm going to open up for just a general Q&A with you guys and just answer your questions. All right, so there's 5 ways we earn with the company. Everything from $75 cash for a pro membership to a $150 bonus for your first 10 bills, right? Your first 10 bills, which could be 3 or 4 of those, probably your own. I had one guy had 13 of his own bills between his home and his business. So $150 bonus for that, all the way up to what you saw was a $60,000 commission and more for a commercial deal. So we get paid upfront commissions for a lot of things. The next way we get paid is weekly recurring residual level pay, 6 levels deep. What that means is every time you enter these customers and anybody in your team enters customers, we're going to get paid monthly residual income on that, but 6 levels deep. That means if I show you, right, you're my level 1, and you show somebody, that's my level 2, and they show somebody, my level 3. We get paid overrides, monthly residual overrides to the tune of what you're seeing here, 6 levels deep and unlimited width. So what that means is you could have a little side business. You could show 5 people. Over time, you could show 50 people. You could show 500. You could show 500,000 people if you're good on social media. There's no limit to how many people we can expose and show this business to, and we get paid on that. All right, guys, the third way we get paid is weekly base pay. This is one of my favorite things. At first, I was like, what's $100 a week, you know? But then you start to look as you're building a book of business, 500 a week, 1,000 a week, 2, 3, 5,000 a week. Think about building a business and ask yourself this: whatever business you're in now, if you work at a job or if you have your own business, can you build that business over the next 3, 5, 10 years and have a guaranteed $5,000 a week check coming in, whether you're working or not? Right? And I'm giving you the longer view here. What if it took 10 years? You're gonna spend 10 years working anyway. If you could work 5 hours a week legitimately working, would it be worth spending the next 5 or 10 years to lock in these kinds of checks? And again, this is just one way we get paid. Just one way, right? That's on top of this way and this way here. And also the fourth way we get paid is generation pay. And generation pay is similar to level pay. We pay generations deep. This could be 10 or 20 or hundreds of levels deep. And it's a leadership sort of a pay. And you can see the percentages here, and it kicks in at the pay setter level. All right, guys, and the last way we get paid is quarterly profit sharing, very much like a corporation, like when I was at General Electric. When you get into the platinum partner level, you're in a pool of people splitting 2% of the profits of the company, right? Think about that. I mean, when the company hits $1 billion in the next few years, that's $20 million being split with not that many people, right? It's a leadership way we get paid. And there's another 2% that kicks in at the silver executive level. All right, so I think you can see here, we have a plan that's good for part-time people. We have upfront money. You can make a few $100s a month, and that's a lot of people. That would really just take the pressure off. You can make a few $1,000s a month, right? Mid-level, you get into the pay setter partner level, you can make a few thousand a month. Or you could build this up on the side and have a complete career switch and make, 10, 20, 50,000, whatever you want a month. There's no limit. There's no caps on what we're doing here. And because we have the ability to get paid 6 levels deep on overrides, and because we can sponsor as many people as we want, there's no limit to commissions. All right, guys, so basically what you're seeing here, there's really only 2 choices. There's no pressure. There's no high pressure sales tactics here. If it makes sense, you can become a customer. If you see the business model, you can do that. As a customer, it's completely free. The average savings for a VIV customer, if you upload 3 bills, is $1,150. Right? So if you're not looking to start a new business, just get with the person who brought you. Say, I'd like to become a customer. There's no risk, there's no cost, and all you have to do is gain, and there's no downside. Excuse me. But if you see the value like I did, I'm like, you know what? Let me give this thing a shot. I want to become my own customer. It was $189 startup. I mean, that's dinner. That's dinner on a weeknight, which right now you're not going out to dinner, so you probably have the extra cash. And it's $69 a month to be a pro member, and you get all the ways I showed you there, all the benefits of what we're seeing there. So guys, just think about, if you're an A or a B or both, right? If you want to just become a customer, or if you want to become a business partner. And what I want to do now is open up for a little bit of Q&A, and then we're going to do a little bit of a training. So let me stop the share here, and we'll open up the chat. All right, guys. So if you have any questions, if you're new about either becoming a customer or a business partner, feel free to just unmute yourself, and we can answer your questions. Any questions for anybody before we move on to the training part? Did I unmute the chat here? Let me just check that. There you go.
Hey, Brian.
Hey, Mike. How you doing from Tokyo? What time is it over there? Oh,
hey, I got a. Huh?
You were muted that whole time.
Yeah, I was on mute.
There we go.
Hear me?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, it's like 8:22 in the morning.
Oh, gotcha.
It's a good evening.
Yeah. So
Hey,
if
I
anybody
got
has any excuses, Michael is building this. He's building this business in the States from Tokyo.
yeah. It's it's going pretty good. I got my whole schedule booked up now that Kathy helped me out. But hey, I got a new guy on, a new pro, Miguel San Pedro, on right now.
Hey, Miguel, how
And
you doing, bud? Welcome to the team.
Thanks, Brian.
Good to see you.
and he just signed up because of in the promo at the last minute, and I wanted to maybe if you could explain it to him from the
Oh,
horse's mouth and
absolutely.
how that works.
Yep, absolutely.
Spring promo.
I'm gonna do that as part of the training. I'm just trying to see
Okay,
before
that's cool.
we go into training mode. Does any customer or potential somebody who's just seeing the business for the first time, any questions?
Yeah, Brian, I got a question.
Hey, Brad, how you doing?
Good. How are you? I just joined Christian's team 2 days ago as well, so I'm pretty new to this. Started talking to people yesterday, last night. I ended up putting it on my Instagram and got a ton of DMs already,
Nice.
just asking a ton of different questions. And one of the biggest questions that I had from other people was, what is the negotiation process? We know that we upload the bills, but and like know the partnerships behind that. But a lot of people have questions about the exact process of the negotiation. How do they get the bills lower?
Yeah, so what they're doing is we have professionally trained negotiators. It's no different than a professional trained brain surgeon, right? We have people that are hyper focused and they've studied, and we teach them how to negotiate. We also have the metadata from all 50 states, which means we have tens of thousands of bills, and we know what somebody's paying in like Arkansas versus Texas versus Connecticut. Now these companies, they'll charge whatever the market will bear, but it's not necessarily legal to charge different people different things in different states, and we know that. So when somebody signs up, you're giving us the rights to negotiate on your behalf. And because we have this metadata, we have information, we're able to lean on them. We're able to break into different tiers of discounts that they tell you aren't even possible. The people you're negotiating with, they're programmed to say, this is the lowest we possibly can go. So if somebody's trying to negotiate their own bills and they say, well, I can do this, they don't have the data we have. And we research all the rebates, all the credits, all the little taxes. So there's a lot of research. There's about 12 points that we can lean on to negotiate that they just wouldn't have access to. And then the second thing is, who really has time to research for 40, 50 hours to find out where the next $10 credit is, you know? That's how we do it.
No, that makes a lot more sense. Appreciate that.
Awesome. Well, with that said, guys, I'm going to go into a little bit of a leadership training. So for those of you that are new, every Tuesday night we show the business, right? So you can be piquing interest. You can show a video. If people have interest, you can bring them here. We take a deeper dive. We answer questions. So we do the heavy lifting for you guys. And then the second part, we always do a training. Sometimes it's like customer acquisition. Sometimes it might be commercial. We do mindset training. We do social media training. So Tuesday nights is the core thing that you want to plug into as part of your weekly method of operation. So tonight, I'm actually going to talk about leadership a little bit. So if you're brand new, just understand I'm talking about people that are moving into leadership, which will be you. And it can be you from day one, by the way. Leadership doesn't mean the size of your team. It just really means the commitment and what you want out of this business. That makes sense? So if you're brand new, don't let me scare you away anything. We're going to be just talking about some of the things of being a responsible leader. So what I'm going to do, based on Michael's question, I'm going to highlight the promotions that are going on right now. So anybody that joined in the month of May, you're like triple dipping on some promotions right now. If you joined in May, they continued the Spring is in the Air promotion. So what that means, whenever you joined in May, you have 60 days from that date of all the benefits of the Spring is in the Air promotion. Now, what that promotion is a couple of things. Number one, when you enter 20 bills, you get an additional $250 bonus. Not 20 points, 20 bills, but 60 days. Plenty of time to do it, right? Especially if you're new and you're putting bills in. So that's an extra $250. If you sponsor 4 pro members, you get an additional $250 on top of the $300. And every time you sponsor 4 more, it's $250, $250, $250. All right, so that's a powerful one. Those 4 pro members, every time you help them get to 30 points, and we're going to talk about that too, right? You're going to get an additional on the 4 people, $250 on top of the $200 that you're already getting. And if you do all 3 of those, you get an extra $250, right? So there's $1,000, but you can keep repeating this for 60 days, sponsoring and helping them get to 30 points. That's all we do anyway. There's nothing different from what we're doing anyway. They're just putting more money at it to keep just, if you need to make an extra couple of thousand, 2, 3, 4,000, you can actually do it in our company over the next 60 days if you're in a pinch or something, or if you're, you or your spouse is laid off. So it's very, very powerful right now. So that's the Spring is in the Air promotion. So anybody that was enrolled in May, you have 60 days from your start date. Now we have another promotion that goes on top of that. Normally when we enroll a pro member, it's a $75 commission, right? And I don't know how long this one goes. I forgot to ask her, but it's probably for the summer. It's an additional $25. So instead of 75, you're going to get 100. Now, the powerful thing for you leaders that have teams, you as a mentor are going to get an additional $25. We haven't done that before. It's a mentor bonus. And this really stacks in with the final promotion here, which is the Visionary Circle. This is what I want to talk to you guys about. This doesn't matter where you're at. If you've been in the business since the beginning or you're brand new, we opened up let's call it a piece of the pie. You can actually get a piece of the profit sharing of the company. And it's a new commission going forward. Anybody that starts this business and they rank to pace setter, which is 1,250 points in the first 90 days, you're going to be in a pool of people called a Visionary Circle for life that gets some profit sharing. And it's not, not everybody's going to do it. I mean, it's a push, it's a hustle. So it's going to be select people that recognize that are working it. We've had quite a few people on our team qualify and that are going to requalify, but it's not for everybody. It's more of a leadership thing. So you guys as leaders, when you're bringing new people, I would just ask people, what do you want out of this business? I'm not going to put my goals on them. I'm not going to put pressure on them. I'm just going to ask them what they want out of this business. It's like, if they're like, you know what, I'm just looking to make a few $100s. I love the family. I love the training. I'm probably not even going to mention the Visionary Circle. But if they tell me that they want to get to 4 figures a month, 5 figures a month, they want this to be a recession-proof, like they're looking for this to be a piece of their portfolio of revenue, then I'm going to mention this. I'm going to show them how to do it. And I'm going to show you guys how to do it tonight too, as part of the leadership training. So I know that was a mouthful, but there's a lot of bonuses and a lot of things on the table. We are positioned to grow over the summer. There's just no question about it. All right. Go ahead, Nolan. What's up, brother?
Hey, what's going on,
I
Brian?
forget you're there because it's like looking at me twice. I think
I know it, man. You're so confused with it. Hey, big shout out to Justice League. How's everybody doing? Hey, real quick, as we talk about the Visionary Circle, right? First and foremost, do I text you my address to send me like my cape and my crown? Because you said VIP, that's what I'm thinking.
That's what it is.
But I'm curious, so how does that work with the partnership and the executive? So do you get, if you make it to executive, do you get all 3 pots?
Yes, it's an additional pool. It's an additional profit sharing pool. But here's the thing with the partner and the executive. I mean, if you're in VIV, eventually, if you just keep doing a certain thing every week, you're going to get into the executive pool, the partner pool and the executive pool. So as the company grows, there'll be more people in those pools, and it'll be a function of the company growing anyway. The Visionary Circle, it's only going to be people that recognize and put the gas down the first 90 days. It's going to be a smaller group of people. So It's going to be a bigger chunk of money. And they're going to get VIP treatment. I mean, there's a lot of things coming along with but it's an additional pool of 1%. And again, just to frame that, when the company hits $1 billion, that's $10 million going into a pool of not that many people, so it's something you guys want to understand because it's part of our compensation plan. And Nolan, quite honestly, it was built for people like you. We recognize that certain people come in and they just don't play games, and they're leaders and they're coaches and they're givers, right? You can't get what you're getting without giving and helping a lot of people. So you should be rewarded for that.
Well, I'm going to let you know right now, you're inaccurate. I've been playing games this whole time. That's all I've been doing.
Okay.
But just for clarification purposes, so when I make it to executive, I'll have the visionary pool.
Correct.
Then I'll have the partnership pool.
Correct.
And then I'll have the executive pool.
Yep. 5% total.
Okay. All right.
Two and one. Two and one. Yeah. Yeah. It's on top of. Yep.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Brian.
Yeah. It says a lot about the company. I mean, when we talk about radical transparency, guys, they're wide open. I'm one of them. We literally negotiated with the company, and they saw the value. We proved it, and they did it. Every single thing. I mean, when they do any comp plan changes, there's a core group of us that are involved, and they listen. And if it makes sense, and if it's going to drive behaviors, they'll do it. So I can't say enough about the corporate leadership, Cammie and the team, of just being wide open and radically transparent. So you guys are in a company. If you've never been in network marketing, you probably won't understand this, but a lot of companies, it's corporate in the field. And there's certain things they don't tell you, you don't know when they're having a growing pain. This company says, listen, we're having a growing pain. This is what's going on. Let's inform everybody. And right. So radical transparency. So let's talk about becoming a responsible sponsor as a leader. Sponsoring people is easy. It's easy to sponsor. You sign them up, takes like 5 minutes. Being a responsible sponsor is a whole nother thing. And that's what a business person would do, right? If you just sponsor people, that's fine, but you'll see they drop off, right? If you're not holding their hand and plugging them in, making them comfortable with Tuesday nights, why do they come to Saturday mornings, helping them upload their bills, maybe even doing some customer calls with them and their family, jumping on a Zoom, helping them get the 30 points, helping them sponsor their first people, doing fast start trainings, right? This isn't a lottery ticket. I mean, if you want to get to 5 figures a month, 6 figures a month, if that is your goal, then you want to be a servant leader. Like I said, if you're looking to make a few $100 a month, that's easy. You can just do that. So I'm talking to people that are looking to really, be leaders and build a serious business here. But becoming a responsible sponsor. Now, after that, it is not your job to manage people. It is not your job to motivate people. You can't do this for them. Do not get caught in management mode. Network marketing is not asking you to, beg and plead. And I provide this training. Whoever wants it will show up. Right? I provide the training on Saturday mornings. If you want it, you'll show up. So we're not asking you to do that, but let's help people get off the ground. Let's help people get off the ground. Let's not just send them a fast start email. Right? Anybody I sponsor, I get on a Zoom with them and I walk them through a fast start. I make sure they understand how to upload a bill. I said, let's do some 3-way calls. Let's start getting on some calls with some people. Let me help you get your feet wet. And then we plug into the system that exists. So, and if you do that, you'll find that you just have a lot more people, number one, successful, number 2, happy, number 3, it's community, it's family. There's just so many good things. Jill, you got a question?
Yes, I had a question about the promotion that's going on right now. Mm-hmm. So does it go off of, like, if you've already built a team and that team is growing, does it include that, or does it have to be 1,250 new points? 1,250
new points.
Okay, so like whoever is on your team, what they build from here on out.
Yeah, that's a good question. Let me explain that. So, and it started May 25th. Whatever your points were on May 25th, mm-hmm. is 1,250 balanced points, which means no more than 40% from one line, right? So it's the equivalent of becoming a pace setter in 90 days. But here's the deal, quite honestly, if you guys already have a business, like your business, Jill, it is a hell of a lot easier for you to go from where you are and add 1,250 points with all that momentum under you than it is for somebody to start from zero and build a team. So a lot of you guys have established businesses. This should be fairly easy to hit if you focus, and we're going to talk about how to focus and what to do. As a matter of fact, why don't we roll into that? So ideally, what you want to do is look into your teams if you have a team, and just ask people, have some phone calls. Do you want to run for this? I'll help you. If not, no big deal. Don't make my goal your goal, but if you want to do this, let's do it together. Right? And I would look in your lines. If you have 1, 2, 3, 4 lines, find the people from each line that say yes. And I would probably do a little accountability blitzing session once a week, just you and your little team. And what you're doing is you're helping them sponsor. You're offering yourself to do 3-way calls, help them close deals, help them get points, right? And then help them do the same thing. Help them either start their team, run their team, balance the lines, understand what the tree is, right? So that's what I'm doing here with you guys, right? I've reached out to key people, and I'm going to keep doing that. And the people that want to run for it, I'll help them. And like I said, there's no right or wrong here. There's no judgment. If you want to, that's great. If not, that's great. I don't care if you guys want to run for it, but if you do, we'll help. That's the way I would talk to your people, right? I'm here as a resource if you want to do this, but if not, so it's going to be pretty easy to hit, especially for you, because you got Captain America in your team with the headphones on there. You ain't got to worry about that line. And a lot of you have some pretty powerful people in your teams already. So,
hey, I'm curious. When you say you got Captain America with the headphones, who are you talking about?
You.
I'm in Jillian's team.
You didn't know that?
I had no idea.
Oh yeah, you're in Maddie's team, which is Jill's team, which is Bianca's team, which is Herb's team.
Jillian just texted me last week. I would have been much more respectful if I knew she was upline. So here's the thing. The thing that I talked to somebody earlier today. I'm not going to say who it is, and they were talking about this whole bonus thing, right? Mm-hmm. The visionary circle, the 1,250 points. If you've already been here and you've already got acclimated to the back office, you're already using Rapid Funnel. You're starting to really understand the culture of the company. You know what we do. You have testimonials from people that you have savings. To start over right now is much easier than starting from scratch. You've already practiced.
Order of magnitude easier, yeah. Absolutely.
So just keep in mind, it's really not hard, especially if you've already practiced. So I'm just wanting to throw that out there from a motivation standpoint.
100%. And here's the deal, guys. I would make a decision tonight. I would make a decision. Are you going to hit it or not? And either way is fine. But this is not something you wait a few weeks and say, well, let me see. It's a 90-day push. And by 90 days, I mean 5 hours a week, serious. It's not 40 hours a week. I know people that have hit this very easy, but they're disciplined, right? They touch their business every day. I'm looking at Kathy McGee. She reaches out to 70 people a day, and that's part-time. It may sound like a lot, but she has a system. She gets up early. She sends out 20 invites. Boom, 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 boom. Again at lunch, 20 more. Boom, 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 right? And again at night. And she's got a full-time daycare with 12 crazy kids running around. She's full-time. She's got multiple things going on. It's not that she has extra time. But you can do this. And that's what we teach on Saturdays too. Daily method of operation. So don't think this takes 40 hours a week. If you're focused in 5 hours a week, you can hit these things. It's definitely achievable. All right, guys, another thing as leaders, and you're all here, by the way, is plugging in. Like most of you, if you've been here a while, you've heard me show the business plan a bunch of times, right? You know the business plan, but it's a spaced repetition of content, and there's something new every time. In network marketing, the industry, if you have not been in it, it's always under a magnifying glass, right? Your team is only going to do what you do or some fraction of it. So one of the reasons to show up is so your new people will show up. You can't just say, hey, go to this great training and not show up. That's being a hypocrite, right? So part of my 5-hour-a-week business model is I show up for Tuesday nights. And I don't care if I have a $5 million housing contract to sign, it's not happening Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock. So I am 100% in this business for 1 hour on Tuesday nights. You guys see the difference? People say, oh, I don't do anything unless I can be 100%. That's just advertising your ignorance. You can be 100% for 15 minutes. I can send out 10 invites in 15 minutes and be hyper-focused on this business model. So don't confuse time with focus, all right? We can teach this in the pockets of time that most people are wasting. So Tuesday nights and Saturday mornings. Now, summer's coming, right? And this is where some people will let life take over, whatever it is. But we have this training at 10 a.m. Eastern, so we can go right across the country, 10, 9, 8, 7. You can work your business from 8 to 12 or 8 to 10 or 8 to 11 on Saturday mornings and still have like a 12-hour day to go to the beach, to go have fun, to spend with your family, right? It's a part-time business model. My suggestion would be Saturday mornings. And if you're busy cleaning the house Saturday mornings, I would hire a housekeeper. Because what you're doing is you're wasting hundreds of thousands on a $15 an hour task. And I don't say this out of anything other than it's just reality. You guys are looking to be, looking to get to 5-6 figures a month, but you're cleaning your houses all Saturday mornings when these other people need these jobs. So it's a business efficiency thing, right? So make sure you're plugging into Tuesdays and Saturdays. Another thing is a leader. Lead by example. I'm never going to ask anybody here to do something that I don't do or haven't done, or I'm not doing even at a 10x level, right? So lead by example. And again, I'm talking to leaders. If you're new here, you know, we don't talk like this every week. We love people who just want to make a few $100, and that's okay. And it's easy to do. I'm talking to people that are looking to get to 4 figures, 5 figures a month and really impact their lives and use this as a revenue stream. So lead by example. If you showed the business model 0 times this week, you're leading by example. And if you have 1,000 people in your team, that's 1,000 times 0, which is 0. If you got 0 customers this week, then you're leading by example. That makes sense, guys? Now, it's not hard to get 1 customer a week, and it's not hard to show the business maybe 3 times a week. So let's say you got into the habit of working a half hour Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and you were just going to show 1, 2, 3 people a week. And you had 1,000 people doing that. That's 3,000 showings a week, right? You guys see a day, sorry. No, a week. 3,000 showings a week. Now that's a network marketing company. Network marketing company is all about leverage and magnification. So whatever habits you do, probably going to duplicate to your teams. That makes sense? So that's why we show up for Tuesdays. Plus some of the trainings we do are just off the hook. It's not always me. We have social media experts. We have mindset training. We have commercial training. So there's always something new here. And every time you hear the business presentation, it's coaching you and teaching you to be able to present it yourself on other people's Zooms. As a leader, you want to be able to have people reach out to you, do a 3-way Zoom, and go through that slide deck at some point. That's how you get to 4 and 5 figures a month, right? Use your calendar. This is just business 101. Use your calendar and activity management. Again, just business 101. If you can't point to your calendar and show me where you're working your VIV model, then you're not really in business. You're just it's more of a hobby, and that's fine if it is a hobby. If you opened up a restaurant, you would have hours of operation, right? If you were a realtor, you would say you would have hours of operation. So in network marketing, the biggest failure point I see is people don't take it serious, and they don't put it in their calendar, even if it's 20 minutes a day. When am I working this business? Guys, the only thing we do, right? A roofer goes to work and he lays shingles. A carpenter goes to work and they frame. Somebody that's a computer programmer, they go to work and they write programs. Network marketers, all we do is contact and invite. If you can master contacting people and inviting them to see something, that's literally all we do. Like, don't overcomplicate it. Everybody in your phone has a cell phone. They're all potential customers. Now, I don't care what they say. I don't care if they say yes or no. You want to disconnect from that. All we do in this business is we get used to contacting and inviting, fall in love with the process, not the results. The rest of it will take care of itself, I promise you. Right? We have good tools. We have videos. We got people like Captain America that can do 3-way calls. Right? We have the resources. We have experts. We'll do these calls with you guys. So just think about that. Don't overcomplicate it. So be a good example. Show up, right? Show up early, show up on time, and think about the magnifications. All right, guys, a couple of things before I open up for Q&A here. We have a new presentation, business presentation, completely different flavor, millennial-based, right? They're going to be speaking a whole different language, more fun, light, airy. Thursdays at 6 o'clock Eastern. And Maddie, if you're on, if I screwed that up, but it's maybe Jill, if you have the invite. It's going to be Thursdays at 6 o'clock Eastern, and it's really going to be geared towards millennials and how to make this more exciting and fun and airy and light. It won't be as much technical. So what I do on Tuesday nights is more business orientated. What they're going to do is more millennial orientated. So different presentation. If you want to check that out, it's going to be Thursday nights. And if you all have kids, perfect thing to drive them to, so they can see a whole different point of view. They can do some really cool stuff. Some of it will probably matriculate up into the company adopting it. It's going to be that good. So, and the last thing I want to do here, guys, is invite you to the GoPro Mastery. Again, this is a leaders training. If you are a leader, this is a no miss event. It's in December. It's with Eric Worre. It's a 3-day event in Vegas. A lot of us are going to spend the week. This is where the world's top network marketers come to train every single year. And this is where I got all of my skills training. for a lot of businesses. This is where I met Bob Proctor. This is where I met Richard Branson, Tony Robbins, Robert Kiyosaki, Grant Cardone. All these people, they come for 3 days, and most of these people are not in network marketing. Actually, every single one of them that I mentioned is not in network marketing. They come to teach business skills, and what happens here is you get a belief and an understanding of what this industry is. Right? There's more millionaire network marketers than there are millionaire realtors in the world. I want you to think about that. And real estate is one of the biggest professions there is. This is a professional industry if you want to go that route. It's also a hobby industry. The downside of network marketing is it's usually only a couple of $100 to get in. So a lot of people just kind of think it's a lottery ticket. So that's not what we're doing here. We're here to help you succeed at whatever level you decide you want to succeed at. All right, guys. So let me put I'm going to put the links. Just give me a second here. If you have any questions, just
hey, Brian.
Hey, what's up, brother?
Hey, I'm out doing my civic duty. Hey, I just wanted to say, what about the VIV conference up in New York?
Absolutely. We in September, I forget the date on that, but we do have a summit. It's an overnight. It's a Friday night dinner and sort of social get together, and then Saturday a full day of training. It's in September, and that one's right in your back office. You guys should be getting hit with that one quite a bit when you enroll. And if anybody needs help finding that, I can definitely help you guys out with that.
I have a question, Brian. That technique that Maddie uses, where she has the filter, where she basically qualifies the her potential prospects before. Does she have like a video that shows what she does, like when she's on social media, to get people interested enough to go through that little funnel
Here's the thing about social media. I mean, Maddie's been working her Instagram for years, and she's a millennial, so that's part of how they express. And it's like speaking English, like you and I speaking, right? Or it'd be like you picking up the phone. So yes, she has trainings on that for sure. I don't know if she has an individual video. That's what they'll be doing on Thursday nights though as well. They'll be presenting the business in a different way and also doing like social media trainings for that group. So if you want to plug in and learn some social media tactics. Oh, Jill, go ahead. You get some info?
Yeah, every Saturday morning, right after the Tech Splits training or the Tech Splits meeting, I train on social media, Instagram in specific, on exactly that, what you're asking about, attraction marketing, how to set up your profile, how to monetize, how to grow your following, how to work in harmony with the algorithm, and to how to, use attraction marketing for your business. So I can put that link in the chat for anybody who wants to join.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's get that on the Fast Start training too, Jill. And let's announce that on Saturday during the training. All right.
Could you enable the chat for me, please?
Did everybody, I just want to make sure everybody, if you want, what I did for GoPro is I bought a whole slew of tickets to get them at half price for you guys. So if you want to copy that chat, I will open up, go from there. Those are almost gone, by the way, just so you guys know.
Could you also put in the chat the Thursday night link as well, Jill?
That one I don't have, but I can get it for you.
That link is on the new Fast Start training. If you guys have the Google Drive, we're always updating the Fast Start training with the latest links. So the latest Fast Start training, which is a PDF, is on the Google Drive, and that's updated. Any other questions or comments, guys and gals? Silver Fox, you running for that visionary circle? What are you doing? It's a done deal, huh? Oh, you're muted, brother. I can read your lips, but it's like, it's already done. I already know what he's saying. It's already done.
Yeah, I was just listening to Nolan and what he was saying. It's simpler to do it.
Oh yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
So we have a lot of people do it.
Dig it. So here's the thing, guys, too, with that visionary circle, I don't know how long that will last. What I mean by that is the founders of the company, and I'm one of them, what we had to do is we We took that out of our own pockets. And if it becomes like super, super simple to do, we'll be changing the requirements of that, because it's really meant for people that are hungry. It's meant for people that are rolling up their sleeves, getting blood on their hands, and they're hungry. So I would take advantage of it, because that pool at some point may close off again. All right.
Okay, Brian, for that visionary run, can you get us a deadline for that? So we got a
August 30th. August 30. So if I was you guys, I would set
August 30. Okay,
I would set the deadline for like August 1st. Like, let's not make our maximums our minimums, right? Or the minimums our maximums. Whenever I see something, if I want it, I shortcut it. I set my target like weeks in advance. That's just me, but I mean, if we do August 30, your subconscious mind, a lot of times people, I get 2 months or 3 months, right? That's the end of the summer. I would go to work. It's an attainable target, but it's going to take effort. Let me just put it that way.
So just to be clear, like if wherever I'm at right now, I have to earn additional 1250 points within this 90 days or whatever, August 1st.
Since May 25th. So you've already done some things that are giving you points.
Right.
Yep.
But it has to be 1250 new points.
Correct.
1,250. Okay.
Balanced points, no more than 40% from one line. So you're another one that you have one line that's already checked off.
Right. Thanks to you.
That's right. Well, you deserve it. You're in Tokyo. You're in Tokyo working this business.
Yeah. When I'm successful, when I achieve it, it's going to be no excuse story for anybody else, because I can do it from out here. No, I'm serious.
Yeah. No excuses. Awesome, everybody. Well, hopefully you got some value out of tonight, and hopefully I didn't scare the shit out of you. If you're new, welcome to the team. Look forward to crushing it over the summer. Be well, and God bless.
Brian.
Hello.
Hi, it's Gloria. One question.
Sure.
Is there an age limit? What is the earliest age limit to start with our company?
Boy, I believe it's 18, because I think you need a social or a tax ID number. I could be wrong. I would email support@justviv.com for that one.
Okay, because I got a 16-year-old kid who's absolutely interested, and I actually showed him the business.
There might be a way. I mean, I was working at age 10, but and even in a grocery store at age 15. So
Okay.
there might be something. I would email support@justviv.com.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
And let the team know what you find out too on the next training. That'd be great.
I'll tell everybody for $5 a person. I got to get to Pacesetter, brother.
No, that's a selfish response. All the team. No.
Excuse Around I can't hear you.
It's enough out there for all of us.
I can't hear you past that lovely beard, brother. Nothing but love.
All right, guys. I got to hit the next call. Be well. God bless. Take care.
Thanks, man.
Peace out.
Everybody.